Autism is a developmental disability that affects how a person communicates with and relates to other people. It also affects how they make sense of the world around them. It is a spectrum condition. This means that while people on the spectrum experience difficulties, their condition affects them in different ways and to varying degrees. Some but not all people on the spectrum struggle with speech, fine motor skills, social skills, and a need for routine. But make no mistake, they can be extremely smart and talented and loaded with personality.
That is walking right away.
What do you gotta do? Just step.
Caden's grandmother first noticed the red flags for autism when he was 2. Robin jumped in headfirst researching it and getting him into Riley's Children's Hospital for testing. It was a tough few months, but at 2 1/2, Riley's diagnosed Caden with classic autism.
This month is Autism Awareness Month, and a Lafayette family is sharing their story of raising a son with the disorder. Alyssa Rossame introduces us to a family celebrating their child's progress.
Doctors diagnosed 3-year-old Caden Sloan with autism 1 year ago. His mom, Robin Sloan, says she missed some of the early warning signs. Eventually, the indicators could not be ignored.
And I scanned every website I could find looking for something to tell me I was wrong. It broke my heart. And every single website I went to told me this is what it is. I thought, no, it can't be.
Robin says she grieved for 2 weeks after the autism diagnosis.
And then I thought, you know what, this isn't doing me any good. It's not doing him any good. I was grieving, and he's still alive and with us. You know, really, we're pretty blessed.
With the help of therapy, Caden is a fun, energetic, lovable boy, making great progress. His communication skills are delayed, which is common for children with a spectrum disorder. Still, this proud mommy has lots to brag about. Caden is a smart 3-year-old who's constantly learning new things.
He can line up the alphabet. He's trying to say a couple of the sounds. He can type his name. He can type the alphabet. He's learned almost all of his colors. He can count to 12.
Currently, there is no cure for autism. However, the disorder is treatable. Prevention lead to significantly improved outcomes. Alyssa Rossame, News Channel 18.
The one good thing about the official diagnosis was it allowed us to immediately get him help. We had therapists coming to our house. He went to speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and at 3 years old, he was going to preschool through Greater Lafayette Area Special Services. That early intervention made a bigger difference than we could have ever imagined, and we have had some awesome therapists that helped him immensely.
We quickly became autism advocates, even hosting fundraisers for GLASS, or Greater Lafayette Area Special Services.
Families enjoyed all kinds of entertainment at Artists for Autism, held on 4th Street in downtown Lafayette. Co-organizer Mark Sloan says for him, the cause hits home.
I've had a 3-year-old son, Caden, and he was diagnosed with autism just this past April.
Caden is nonverbal, but his family hopes to raise money for a program that might help him communicate. People's donations at the event will benefit Greater Lafayette Area Special Services, or GLASS.
One of the reasons we wanted to help raise money for them is to help get alternative communication devices that can really help children actually who want to talk but can't really. These devices can help them get their point across.
Sloan says autism affects each individual differently, and early diagnosis is crucial. There's no cure, but an autistic child can benefit from specialized intervention.
One of Caden's hardest things to overcome was his speech. He didn't really talk until he was 4, and even then, only those of us around him on a daily basis could truly understand him.
Nevertheless, he started mainstream kindergarten just 2 weeks after his 5th birthday.
Now, all this time, we hadn't really changed our lives much when it came to our love for the outdoors. We've always believed getting out in nature is one of the best therapies out there. If anything, we became more active in the outdoors, hiking and camping and such.
And then our insurance cut off his therapies, and for a long time, getting out in nature was pretty much his only therapy. And not just for him, but for us too.
It wasn't without the occasional drawback. Caden would occasionally get overwhelmed, But there was one thing that we could always count on.
Water. If we could find a trail that included a creek he could splash around in, or a lake we could swim in, he was happy. He loved watching leaves float down the creek or building a small dam. That was his thing. It kept him centered.
He still does those things to this very day.
Funny story, it's probably when he was 3, we spent a weekend at Turkey Run State Park. While out hiking, he suddenly got overwhelmed and freaked out over all the tree roots sticking out on the trail. He practically crawled up our legs to get away. We literally had to carry him for 2 miles on rough terrain.
On the flip side, he's been a real trooper at times too, doing things that most kids his age would never do. We've had him climbing mountains in Tennessee, he's faced black bears in Virginia, he's kayaked in Florida, and the list goes on.
Really, we've tried to keep his life as typical as possible. He's now classified as having high-functioning autism and doing pretty much everything and anything any other child his age would do. It took a lot of work and patience to get to this point.
He still occasionally gets overwhelmed, especially when we're hiking somewhere at high elevation. He's creeped out by heights. And really, I was too at his age. But I can always tell when he's reaching his limit. You can see it in his eyes and his body language. His eyes are a little squinted, he keeps his arms real close to his body, but he handles it. He puts up with just about anything I throw at him, really.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on Old Rag Mountain?
Pretty tall.
Pretty awesome.
Pretty spooky view.
Spooky? I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We encourage him to get out of his comfort zone and try new things, and he has come a long way. He's overcome a lot of fears, he doesn't really have problems with transitioning anymore, and he's mostly learned to control his emotions. That's all on top of entering puberty.
Our story with autism is one mostly of success, but that's primarily because of the early intervention, all those therapies when he was young, and Robin being stubborn and never giving up.
But we've never really treated him differently because he has autism, he has responsibilities, he gets really good grades, and if you ask him, his autism doesn't affect him anymore. Of course, that's not entirely true, but we know we're lucky to have such a smart kid that has overcome a lot of obstacles.
If we had to give advice to other autism families out there, I'd say, don't give up. Get them help early. Don't be afraid to push them out of their comfort zone. Get them out in the world as much as you can.
And be ready to fight for them. Find a good support group. Every kid on the spectrum is different, and you are their world. We just like to expand that world to include nature and a little adventure.
You can touch him. Careful of his mouth, he might bite you, but he won't bite hard enough to hurt.
No bite. No bite.
He'll stay like that
No
all his
bite.
entire life.